Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. What a match reaction to be back for. What a game that we just had. It's finished Manchester City 4, Tottenham 2. And if anybody didn't watch that game and you look at that score, you go, typical Manchester City win, isn't it? Just blew through. But it wasn't. It was tough at times. It was difficult. And they made it difficult for themselves. City made it difficult for themselves. And I think the thing that you probably look back, though, is the fact that Spurs, this was prime Spurs. When I was applied, this is prime Spurs go up 2-0 and then lose the game after that, find a way to lose the game because Spurs found a way to lose this game. And I mean, if you're Conte, you're going to be disappointed with that second half performance. You have to be because, again, I didn't think City were at their best in that second half. They weren't. But what they had was the fact that they were up against a team that had no idea. I mean, sometimes what happens is when you're so used to making comebacks, when you're not used to taking leads, you don't know how to defend them. And I think that's what happened to Spurs. They just didn't know how to defend the lead. They had a 2-0 lead and they had no idea what to do with it. So you can feel that. And I'm not saying City played badly in the second half. I thought it was fantastic performance from Mahrez in particular, and we'll talk about that. But I just feel somewhere in some corner of Conte's mind, he's going to be thinking, how did my team not hold on to a 2-0 lead for longer than 6-7 minutes? How is it that we conceded so quickly and that we conceded so many goals in succession? So that those are things. But let's just go to the goals as well. I think the thing is for City, and this is an issue that did not come up today, but it's something that might come up later at some point in the future. This might be an issue. The fact is the two goals were completely avoidable. The first goal, I don't know what Ederson is doing or what he's trying to do. I mean, he plays a hospital. It's called a hospital pass that you play straight to your central defensive midfielder. You play it to Rodri. I thought Rodri the shocker in that for 3 or 4 minutes. They get a real shocker there because he completely missed. I mean, of course, the pass is bad. We still expect Rodri. What he's got to do is he's trying to pass it. He's trying to do a crossfield pass, but he should be, on from his from his wrong side. But he's got to be trying to doing it. If at all, he's got to just clear it, just whack it, or do something. But he just completely loses track of it. And it falls to Kulusevski. Kulusevski is an easy finish to put in. That was Ederson's fault. It wasn't as much Rodri's fault. It was more Ederson's fault. But still, you expect maybe Rodri might have been able to do something with it better. But that's 1-0. And then suddenly it becomes 2-0. And this is a concern for City. Is the fact that one goal often leads to two. We saw it over the weekend, and now we see it here again. And that's again bad defending. It's such poor defending because everybody's upfield. I think City just thinking, and Tottenham are playing for time, so let's try and attack because time's almost up for the half. So let's go and attack, and they just leave themselves completely exposed at the back. It's a nice little crossfield pass that goes to Kane. Again, Rodri should clear that out, but for some reason, if you watch that again, Rodri's almost stopped at the ball. Like it's almost like he's thinking Kane's not going to do anything with him, so I'm just going to try to control it. And so just putting his boot through it, boot it out for a throw in. You can do that. Time's almost up anyway, but he just kind of stops and Kane gets ahead of him, gets the ball, gets ahead of him. And again, Ederson, I don't know what it's a poor save. I don't think he could have done a lot with it, but like, poor save to put it right back into the mix, and Emerson well makes it 2-0. And you're thinking at that point, are City in trouble? Is their title challenge in trouble? But they turn it around. They turned around the second half. And again, things here to note. I was surprised that he played a 4-4-2. That is not Pep. Pep doesn't do 4-4-2. So very surprised that he went with a 4-4-2. And I think in the second half he kind of tweeted a little bit because what you know, if I don't know if you noticed this, but Rico Lewis started playing almost as a central midfielder. So it almost became a 3-5-2. In attack, it became a 3-5-2. So they had that overload. They basically had the overload on Spurs, because Spurs also were playing a 3-5-2. So they had the matchup because otherwise Spurs were kind of being able to contain the City 4 was being overrun by the Spurs 5. So as much as City were holding possession, they were creating chances. They were not creating clear-cut chances because Spurs had the midfield, extra man in midfield. Once Rico Lewis started pushing up, it became a 3-5-2. So it became a case of then they had the matching. And so, when you have the matching, then City just had the better quality. And then they started finding gaps. And that first goal, again, poor defending, looking back at it, it's a great run for Lewis. Again, because of the fact that he's got that overload. It's a great run for Lewis. It's a great run for Mahrez. But Lewis, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he's coming out to try to get the ball. The thing is, Lewis is never getting that ball. So the best he can do is punch it. So I don't know why he's trying to do that. He could have just stayed in his position, let the defenders deal with it, and then if there's a shot, there's a shot. You do something about it. But just trying to punch it, and you're not going to get there, knowing that you're not going to get there, knowing that the best you can hope for is a contact that's going to punch it maybe a little bit away. Unless you're coming to catch it, there really is no reason for a goalkeeper to come out of his line in a situation like that. I thought that was poor decision making. Lewis had a bad second half. I mean, that's pretty obvious. And it's 2-1. And at 2-1, you kind of know the Spurs are going to crumble. I mean, that's the Spurs. They don't have the mentality to hold on for 2-1 leads. The key in that second half was going to be how long Spurs could have kept City, because City were going to score. I mean, there's no doubt. City always scores, so they're going to score. The only thing that you can do is you can keep pushing that timer, keep pushing the timer to the point where at 2-1, it is still difficult for them to get back in the game. But City, I mean, giving them a goal in the first 5 minutes of the second half is just like saying, okay, City, here you go. They take the win. Go and win the game from here. So they made it 2-1. It becomes 2-2 very quickly. Riyad Mahrez had, again, great header for Haaland. Haaland has had a poor run of form, so he comes up against Spurs, and Spurs said, there you go, come back into form. And he scores a nice little tap-in goal, which he always does. It's a good goal, by the way. And it's 2-2, and suddenly 2-1, 2-0 becomes 2-2 by the 53rd minute. And from there on, there's only going to be one winner. There's only going to be one team that's going to be winning it. And the only question is when, not if that happens. And it took maybe 5-10 minutes. There was a deflected shot as well that Spurs probably could have scored from to go 3-2, but luck was on City's side as well a little bit in that second half. That deflected shot goes off the post. And another deflection from Mahrez goes into the goal 3-2. Lloris could have done better. I think he could have saved, because it's near post, so he's got to try and save it. He can say it's a deflection, but I think he could have saved it. And the way that he tries to save it is what he's trying to save with his legs, which means he's completely not ready. He's not in position. He's not ready at all for that kind of shot. And you've always got to be ready for a near post shot as a goalkeeper. So for me, that was again a Lloris fault, and that becomes 3-2. And as much as Spurs tried, I think at 2-2 they still had some hope that maybe we can get a goal here. But I think at 3-2 they just kind of I don't think they gave up, but they just looked like their body language kind of said, I don't think we're going to do it. And they never looked like getting back in the game. They never looked like they could score and make it 3-3. And City always looked like they could make it 4-2, especially on the counters when they were 3-on-3, 4-on-3. I don't know what was going on. And then Mahrez just finished his top at the. I mean, Clement Longley, again, such a school player. If you're going to try to control a ball, you've got to make sure that you either, the way that he's trying to control it is actually on his side. So I don't know what he's trying to do there. Like either you try and head it back to the goalkeeper if that's your plan, or you try and face it head on, so you can, even if you miscontrol it, you're still in position to kind of stop it. But the way that he was trying to control it, I mean, that's the thing with Longley. That's the reason why he never made it to Barcelona. That he's just not a very good defender. But it's a nice little finish from Mahrez. Once he's one-on-one the keeper, there's only one outcome, and it's 4-2. And what should have been, perhaps a fight from Spurs just becomes a mix at the end, doesn't it? But it's 3 vital points for City. I think that's important from City's point of view, because another loss or even a draw after what happened on the weekend would have been catastrophic in some ways for the title race. Now with this win, they're going to have confidence, and I think it puts more pressure on Arsenal as well, because now Arsenal know they've got to beat Manchester United, and I think they will beat Manchester United anyway. But I think it just puts a little bit more pressure on Arsenal. But Arsenal could have been a little bit more relaxed going into the game against United. They could have been like, okay, yeah, we'll take our time, we'll get this. Just puts that little bit of pressure on Arsenal. And don't forget, City are going to play Wolves before they play Arsenal, so they're going to be having a chance to cut that gap even more. I think that's going to create more pressure as well for Arsenal. But good performance. I mean, Mahrez is man of the match. Right? I mean, that's pretty obvious. It's a man of the match. As far as City are concerned, the one concern will be how we see the defense is getting exposed. Especially how quickly they concede 2 goals against a Spurs. That's okay, they'll always come back in the game. Against a Crystal Palace, against a Leicester, perhaps it's not that big a deal. But when you play against the Liverpools, the Bayerns, the Champions League, because I've said the City have to win the Premier League and the Champions League this season. That's what they have to do this season. According to me, anything less than that is a failure. The fact that so that's what it is. So if you're looking at the target as a PL and the Champions League, then they've got to tighten that up. And maybe with Diaz coming back, maybe with Laporte coming back, that will come. But there are things to work on in that defense for the moment. But nonetheless, still, congratulations to all City fans. 4-2, incredible result, 3 points added, and just getting yourself back in that title race. I still think City are favorites for the Premier League, according to me. But this result was needed. This result definitely needed, and they needed 3 points. And the manner in which they came back in that second half will very, very please Guardiola. And the tactical tweaks that he made in that second half as well, I think it was good. I think he did try to be a little bit over smart by trying to play a 4-4-2, thinking that somehow could work. But the tactical tweak in the second half did work. So anyway, congratulations to City, congratulations to all the fans. Do subscribe to our channel, and do smash a like if you enjoyed this video, of course, and share your comments, share your thoughts about the game as well. Always love to hear from you guys, and hopefully we'll keep this trend going. We'll do a few more videos. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.